so much war has been caused by men.
Well, I have something for this actually.
Yeah.
So I mean, they looked at monarchs, for example, kings and queens, and they actually found that queens were just as or even more likely to wage war than kings.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I think there's some real messed up women in history too, truly.
No, but they did like an analysis here. I'm not just saying there were some queens. They just comparing all of the. I don't know if it was the English monarchs, the British monarchs. I don't recall exactly the specific details of this analysis they did, but they did find that queens were more likely to wage war than kings.
Okay.
Just wanted to put that in there.
Sure. I mean, are we looking at it statistically as in, I mean, let's be real, there were probably still more kings in history than there were ever like queens that were really in charge.
It's per capita.
Okay,
right?
so it is per capita.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can't speak to that personally.
So
but
why would we think that men are going to start more war if women are more emotionally volatile and less rational and less logical on average?
Well, maybe
than
we'd
men
know
are?
that if we were taught more about those women as well. Because I mean, personally, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, how many women in history can we actually name?
A ton.
Well, I mean, talking in that specific position to cause a war.
I mean, I'm an Orthodox Christian, and we have tons of different queens and princesses and women who were in various leadership positions and waged horrific war on their enemies. And things like that,
it's it's just usually we see, queens that are just with a king. Yes. Oh.
You're getting
sorry.
Well, that would be. I could give you that, except that in the modern age we have a whole bunch more data that proves that this is not the case.
Okay.
For example, when you look at juvenile correction facilities or women's prisons, so we were just talking about how men have the monopoly on force.
Yeah.
So men in male prisons, things like that. Generally, men grow up using physical force. And when they're little, they do rough and tumble play with their dad, with their siblings, with their friends, and they kind of learn where the boundaries are of like, how much can I beat up my friend before I go too far and actually cause harm? So they tend to learn that young, and it has an impact. Women don't have those same experiences. So what we see is that when women do have the monopoly on force, for instance, when you are a female guard in a juvenile facility or a female guard in a women's prison, the women guards are far more likely to be abusive, and the abuse tends to be worse than men. And
I have heard that.